That phone ringing right now, the one you're thinking about picking up, could cost you thousands of dollars, and you wouldn't even know how it happened. Picture this. You're sitting at the kitchen table, maybe with your coffee, maybe just sorting through the mail. Your phone rings. Unknown number, but you pick up anyway, because that's what decent people do. And a friendly voice comes on the line, cheerful, polite, and the very first thing they say is, "Can you hear me?" Simple question, harmless question. You've said the answer 10,000 times in your life, and so you say it. Yes, and you have absolutely no idea that you just handed a stranger exactly what they came for. Now I want you to stay with me here because what I'm about to tell you is something that nobody, not your bank, not your phone company, not anybody, has ever sat you down and explained. And I need you to hear this clearly. If you've picked up a call like that and said yes, you are not foolish. You are not careless. You were polite. That's it. You were raised right. You were raised to answer a direct question with a direct answer. These people know that. They are counting on it. They specifically target people with good manners, because good manners produce the word they need. So before we go any further, I'm letting you off the hook right now. There is no shame in this. The shame belongs entirely to the people running these operations. You were not the problem. Your kindness was the target. My name is Frank Doyle. I spent 25 years as a federal agent working cyber and financial fraud investigations. I've sat across the table from the people who run these schemes. I've traced the money, traced the recordings, traced every step of how an ordinary phone call turns into an unauthorized charge on someone's account, or worse. And when I retired, I made a decision that I was going to spend whatever time I have left making sure that regular Americans understand what's actually happening out there. Because the people running these scams are sophisticated. They have systems, they have scripts, they have technology. And the average person sitting at their kitchen table has none of that, unless someone gives it to them. So that's what I'm here to do. Here is the reframe I need you to hold on to for the rest of this video. That call was never about selling you anything. Not a vacation package, not a warranty extension, not a home security system. The product was your voice. Specifically, one word from your voice. Yes. That's it. That single syllable in your voice on a clean recording, that is what they came for. Everything else, the friendly tone, the plausible-sounding offer, the simple little question, all of it was engineering designed to get you to produce that one word on tape. So who is actually doing this, and why does it work so well that nobody in a position to stop it seems particularly motivated to do so? The people harvesting these voice clips operate out of call centers, some domestic, many overseas. They run thousands of calls a day. It's volume work. And what they're collecting is a library of voice authorizations that can be submitted to third-party billing processors, companies that are authorized to place charges on your phone bill or process them through financial systems with nothing more than a verbal confirmation as proof of consent. Here's the part that should make you angry. When you call your phone company or your bank to dispute one of these charges, they pull up a recording. And on that recording, someone reads a full authorization script. Do you authorize this charge of this amount for this service? And then your voice says, yes. Except that's not what happened. What happened was a stranger asked if you could hear them, and you said yes, and they took that clip and put it somewhere else entirely. But now it's your word against a recording, and the recording sounds like you agreed. The billing processor has no incentive to dig deeper. The phone company has a process, and the process says the charge is authorized. You are left trying to prove a negative. That is the system. And it was designed, maybe not maliciously by every party involved, but effectively, to make disputing these charges as difficult as possible for you. Let me walk you through exactly how this works mechanically, because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and that's a good thing. When you say yes on that call, the person on the other end, or more likely an automated system, is recording the entire conversation. Doesn't matter what the context was. Doesn't matter that you were answering, "Can you hear me?" and not, "Do you authorize a charge of $49.99 per month?" The recording just captured a clear audio sample of your voice saying the word yes, clean, unambiguous. Now that clip gets stripped out, edited, spliced, and what gets submitted to a billing processor is a new audio file, one where a professional-sounding voice reads a full, formal authorization script, and at the exact right moment, your yes drops in. It sounds seamless. It sounds like a real transaction. Because digitally, it is a real transaction, even though you never actually agreed to anything. The processor receives what appears to be a recorded verbal authorization. They log it. The charge goes through. And somewhere between 2 weeks and 2 billing cycles later, you notice something on your statement you don't recognize, and the whole uphill battle begins. That is the mechanism. Voice clipping is real. It is not theoretical. I have seen the files. I have listened to the spliced recordings in federal investigations. This is not a scare tactic. This is how it works. So here is exactly what you do instead. 3 rules. Simple. Hard to forget. Rule 1. Don't answer calls from numbers you don't recognize. I know that feels wrong. I know it feels rude. Do it anyway. If it matters, they'll leave a voicemail. If they don't leave a voicemail, you have your answer about how important it was. Rule 2. If you do pick up, because sometimes you will, we're human, never say yes as your first response to anything. Instead, ask a question back. Who's calling, please? Or, what company are you with? Those are complete, appropriate responses. They give away nothing. They produce no usable audio. If the caller is legitimate, they will answer your question. If they're not, they'll either hang up or push. And that brings me to Rule 3. Rule 3. The instant you feel any pressure, any urgency, any sense that you need to decide right now, any repetition of the same question, hang up. Not after one more answer, right then. You don't owe a stranger on the phone a polite goodbye. You owe yourself protection. Hang up. A few don'ts to go with those. Don't call back an unknown number just because it showed up as a missed call. Don't confirm your name, your address, your date of birth, or any account number to someone who called you. Don't let embarrassment keep you on the line. And if you want more detail on any of this, scripts, what to say, how to report these calls, I put a resource link in the description below. Take 30 seconds and look at it. That's all I'm asking. Now, I want to be straight with you about something because I don't believe in scaring people more than the situation warrants. The truth is, the majority of "can you hear me" calls are not sophisticated fraud operations. Most of them are just robocall nuisances, phishing trips that go nowhere, abandoned the second you don't engage. You are not in danger every single time your phone rings. I want you to feel calm, not paranoid. But here's the thing. The calls that are dangerous are indistinguishable from the ones that aren't. You cannot tell in the moment which one you're dealing with. So the habit you build for the harmless calls is the exact same habit that protects you from the harmful ones. That's the whole point. You build the reflex now, in the low-stakes moments, so it's automatic when it counts. Say it with me. The safest word you can say on a suspicious call is no word at all. Here's your one task for this week. The next time an unknown number calls you, let it ring. That's it. Just let it ring. See what happens. See if they leave a voicemail. Notice how it feels to not answer, and notice that nothing bad happens. Do that once, and you've started building the reflex. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me about the last suspicious call you got. What did they say? What felt off? You might save somebody else just by sharing it. And next week, I'm going to show you the one text message phrase that scammers use to get direct access to your bank account. And most people click it without thinking twice. You do not want to miss that one. Stay safe.